Have you tried to manifest or pray for something and the opposite happens? What is the universe trying to tell you, and how do you turn something negative that happens to you into something positive? What if negative things happens is a way of telling you how to get what you desire? Stay tuned as I'll go deeper into this. Namaste, Sacred Masters. I'm Dr. Aiwas Ukehi, Shadowwork NLP Manifestation Coach, and I'm here to help you with your shadowwork and manifesting questions, as well as give you tips on new ways you can practice your self-growth. So don't forget to subscribe for Grow Over Your Numbers on Tuesdays, Pick a Card Shadowwork on Thursdays, and Shadowwork Manifesting Tips on Sundays, so that you don't miss anything that can improve your life and find your light in the darkness. Let's talk about when bad things happen when we are trying to manifest the things we desire. Whether you're journaling or praying, doing Grabovio codes, there are so many ways to manifest, but sometimes things just don't go the way you want to. You're either frustrated, and then you turn to more spirituality for the answers. You wonder what you're doing wrong and go seeking for those answers. A new way to manifest? Did you do it wrong? The truth is, we need to stop seeking spirituality for its answers. Perhaps the answer is already given to you, but you just don't see it. There's a parable about the drowning man. You can substitute the word God for universe if you want, but the takeaway is the same. A man was trapped in his house during a flood. He began praying to God to rescue him. He had a vision in his head of God's hands reaching down from heavens and lifting him to safety. The water started to rise in his house. His neighbor urged him to leave and offered him a ride to safety. The man yelled back, "I am waiting for God to save me." The neighbor then drove off in his pickup truck. The man continued to pray and hold on to his vision. As the water began rising in his house, he had to climb up to the roof. A boat came by with some people heading to safe ground. They yelled at the man to grab a rope they were ready to throw and take him to safety. He told them he was waiting for God to save him. They shook their heads and moved on. The man continued to pray, believing with all his heart that he would be saved by God. The flood waters continued to rise. A helicopter flew by, and a voice came over a loudspeaker offering to lower a ladder and take him off the roof. The man waved the helicopter away, shouting back that he was waiting for God to save him. The helicopter left. The flooding water came over the roof and caught him and swept him away. He drowned. When he reached heaven and asked, "God, why did you not save me? I believed in you with all my heart. Why did you let me drown?" God replied, "I sent you a pickup truck, a boat, a helicopter, and you refused all of them. What else could I possibly do for you?" You see, oftentimes we expect spirituality to be our answers, which also means we expect our answers to come to us in ways of divine intervention. The money comes out of nowhere, you bump into the love of your life in the most unexpected ways. When things don't happen the way we want it to, we think that bad things, or should I say undesirables, are happening to us. The truth is, if we open our eyes, even undesirables can be a tool to show us the way to our manifestations. Take our body for example. Let's say you're hurting. You're trying to manifest perfect health, but then the next hour, your stomach begins to hurt really, really bad. Now, you definitely see this as an undesirable, right? Why is it hurting? Why is my health not perfect? But consider this. What if you went to the doctor and you found out that you have appendicitis and must get your appendix removed or it will burst and rupture? Now, a lot of people are going to say that things are getting worse, but in actuality, it is getting better. You go for surgery, you get your appendix removed, and now you're in better health. Exactly what you want to manifest. If you did not treat it, your appendix might burst, causing bacterial infection, or worse, death. You wanted to manifest good health, and your body signaled to you what you needed to do. Pain is unfortunately one of the signals that it doesn't. But that's because we are conditioned to think that pain is bad, which I have to admit I don't like the feeling, but this is just the way our body communicates. We must learn to stop looking at it as undesirable and rather as signals. We think that Like the drowning man parable, that perfect health will happen the next morning when we get up and are miraculously cured. We don't see the boat, the helicopters, and ladders. We turn to spirituality for our answers, and we expect spiritual answers. When in reality, the power was within us the whole time. We just did not act, and like the drowning man, we end up dying. Even when we are trying to manifest money, all we may see are the bills and losing money. We stress and go crazy about it. But what if we looked at the bill carefully and we realize that your gas bill is too high? You can mutter, complain, or you can look at it carefully, realize there's an increase in gas bill. And it's not because you need the heat turned up or you boiled your ramen noodles longer than you need to. What if the universe was trying to tell you that there's a tiny gas leak somewhere in your gas line that is causing the unusual spike? You could not only be saving a lot of money now that you detected it, but that could be the money you need for other important things. Did you know that gas leaks can be so subtle it won't affect you, but it could cause plants to die without valid reason? Perhaps you realize your plants are dying, but you may not know that the substance in natural gas from the leak causes the cells in the plant to break down and die. There are so many signs that are given to us. The universe does not show you signs based upon what you want or what you find undesirable. It merely shows signs to direct you on the way to your manifestations. It's just a matter of how open are you willing to see it. Are you manifesting love but find you and your spouse are arguing more frequently? What if this is a sign for you to practice some silence for a while and do more listening? Like, really listen. Sometimes our spouses just want to feel heard and validated. It's such a simple thing that we can give for free. But for those who do not do much shadow work, they are the ones that are trying to be heard as well. They demand that their voice be listened to and demand that they are right without realizing that from another's point of view, the argument could be different. I once knew a client who had what everybody thought was an amazing husband. He was always supportive and always wanted to be by her side. Yet, she felt that she wasn't heard at all. He constantly tells her, "I got you. I understand. I'm on your side." So why is she saying that he doesn't listen when he constantly says that? It's because he says those words before she could finish telling him exactly what the problem is. It frustrated her. Listening and keeping your eyes open can be the key to seeking answers for the things that you desire. We are just in a habit of cringing at the sight of an undesirable. So, we turn to spirituality for the answers. When bad things happen, we turn to spirituality. I'm not saying spirituality isn't the answer, I'm actually saying the opposite. You got your answers already. The power for you to change your life is already in front of you. Instead of turning away and finding another spiritual answer, like a new way to manifest or stressing about your current manifestations, we should be course correcting our lives and steering it into the direction that we want. When bad things happen, a thing in psychology happens we call negativity bias. It is when we put more weight in our minds to things that go wrong than to things that go right. This hijacks our mind that negative events are detrimental to us rather than us able to look at the situation and steer our lives. This is why I talk so much about shadow work, letting ourselves rule the negativity effect than let it rule us. We must come into our own power and ascend as sacred masters. Researchers did an experiment on students where they were given tickets by a ticket broker. Those students who received seats better than expected did not express any gratitude, but they were very upset if the seats were worse. The same way when we are upset when a promise isn't fulfilled, but if we get extra, we are not grateful for it. That's because we lean faster from punishment than reward. And for those who are more spiritually inclined, we quickly turn to other tools of spirituality for the answers. We want to avoid negativity. We all want to practice the law of attraction because it sounds so positive. We forget the law of attraction is just one of 12 laws of the universe, which I cover in this video that I post on the link above and description box below. We forget the 9th law, the law of polarity, which states nothing and no one is inherently good or bad. Everything is a spectrum of expression, and there is more than one perspective on any situation or challenge. Instead, we see things as working out for us or not working out for us. When it's not working out for us, we try to avoid it, when in reality, it could be the answers to all our manifestation dreams and desires. So this video is really about us not turning away from the undesirables and instead looking at them positively, purposely, and mindfully. I have another video talking about why bad things happen in much detail and how we can change our mindset about it. Give it a watch so that you can really start to change your mindset and focus on what answers lie ahead of you that can steer you into the direction of your dreams and desires. I'll see you there. Namaste.